My name is Grady Bishop. I'm a DGA director, SAG-AFTRA stunt coordinator, and Hollywood Teamster camera car driver on the Extreme Stunt and Driving Team Inc., Extreme Camera Cars, and Extreme Stunt Equipment. I knew what I wanted to do when I was 12 years old. We were traveling across country and I met John Wayne and his double on the set of Rio Lobo. And they became good friends of mine. Dean Smith, another one of John Wayne's doubles, who was an Olympic gold medalist, played for the 57 Rams. Those guys, we became pen pals. I did my first fight scene with Dennis Quaid and Warren Oates for 45 bucks was what I got paid. And it got cut out of the movie. All the planning and everything, it's gotten more intense now because the stunts have gotten more intense with the CGI coming in. People think that we're out of work, and in fact, it makes it's actually intensified our work, because the best CGI artists in the world will tell you the more you do practically, the more I can enhance it. And so nobody likes to do total CGI, I don't care who they are. Too Fast, Too Furious, working for Terry Leonard. Got to work for my hero, and the guy did everything. I messed up. I was so excited to work for him. He put me in a squad car in the middle of the day one day, and he goes, "Go get Bishop a squad car." And I had to come out of an alley behind another. We both did four-wheel drifts and took off down the street, and I forgot to turn my bubble gums on. And I hear across the radio, "Bishop, didn't have your bubble gums on. You're buying the beers tonight." And I said, "Yes, sir, Mr. Leonard. I'm sorry, sir." I won't do high falls over 3 stories now, just because I'm getting too old for it. I won't ever do horses again. There's too many good people out there that are doing them now, as far as falling off of them and falling horses. A lot of the times we're just doing stunts that don't necessarily risk our lives, but we risk bodily injury. And it just depends on how good a shape you're in, how prepared you are mentally, physically, how confident you are. There's a difference between cocky and confident. The cocky guy doesn't go home. I did a high fall. My wife was 8 months pregnant, and I just lost my job at Universal. My wife was just getting ready to pop. I don't like high falls. I mean, I'm not the best at them. I never have been. I'll do them, but I won't go very high anymore. This was going to be my highest high fall, and I was more scared of not being able to pay for my daughter being born than I was of dying. My wife is on the roof. She's scared. I threw up 3 times before I went to work that morning. And the 3rd time I did it, there was so much water on the airbag, it knocked me out. No, I did it, and it was to feed my family. It damn sure wasn't for the glory. The stunt world is safer today than it ever has been because of the equipment that we've R&D'd with some of the stuff that we did back in the day. I mean, you got to remember, guys used to fall off buildings into chopped dirt, to cardboard boxes. They went to airbags. Now they're on descenders and decelerators. That all got R&D'd by the people that came before me, and me that came before the people that are doing it now. The math, the science, and the rigging capabilities are 10 times now what they were when I started. I mean, I hire riggers now. I did my own rigging. Now I hire riggers. The old school way was, all film. It was longer to set up. It was harder to set up. It's not as quick as it is now with digital and with the equipment that we have nowadays. The lights and everything have changed. The mentality's changed. Old school mentality was, it just moved a little bit slower, not because they were lazy. It was just time consuming in setting up film cameras, because you only get it once. You can't just erase it and go back over. You can't just go out and download the hard drive and come back and shoot again. It was, you had to be on the mark. You had to be on the money. You knew what you were doing. The changes I've made to keep up with the industry, well, first of all, I had to stay in better shape. The stunt guys were, they were just rough, tough cowboys. I mean, that's the guys that I grew up with. They were just rough and tough. I mean, you could hit them in the head with a sledgehammer and they'd just keep on going. They were that tough. They were tough. Now it's more about air awareness. It's more about body awareness. It's more about physique. And that's why they can do more. My advice for people that want to get into this business: have another line of work. Be involved. Don't sit around and wait on the phone to ring. Don't be one of those guys that laughs at everybody's jokes and talks about other people. Do it head to head. That's the way that I was brought up, and it's kind of getting lost. It's, you know, who likes who, and it's kind of getting high schoolish in that manner. When you get to the bigger shows with the bigger guns like the Terry Leonard and those guys, all that stuff goes out the window, because if you do that on his set, you're gone. He sees it, you're gone. You're done. You're on the next stage out of Cheyenne, as he puts it. And I've seen him put people on that stage. I watched him do it on Too Fast. Guy was gone by lunch. No camera. If you're in stunts, no camera. Don't just be adrenaline junkies. You've got to know camera. You got to know the lens. Show where we started, where we're at, where we're going to how we got here, and where we're going beyond. You got to know the old to do the new. And there's a lot of old school tricks that play really well in the new. It's not about just the job anymore. I mean, the stunts are the easy part. It's the politics. You know, somebody asked me, how do I get in this business? I said, well, will you sell your mother for a quarter? Will you throw your best friend under the bus? Will you talk about people you don't know? No. You better go sell shoes. You'll make more money.